getting ready for our first of the 2 Fight Night cards. UFC coming at us from Jacksonville, Florida. And of course, the May 13th card headlined by Anthony Smith taking on Glover Teixeira. Now, Matt, a fight that was added late on the undercard. We have Gabriel Moggly Benitez taking on Omar Morales. Really interesting fight because Gabriel Benitez is pretty well a career featherweight. I mean, the last time we saw him competing in the lightweight division was back in 2013. Took on Ray Trujillo at Havoc. Holm versus Hayes. It's kind of crazy. And yes, Holm being Holly Holm. So long time ago since Gabriel Benitez fought at 155. Long-time American kickboxing academy type of guy. You know his style. Really well-rounded guy. Good with the wrestling. Power in his hands too. And if you go back and watch his fight with Sadiq Yusuff in his last one, he did lose by finish, but he dropped Sadiq Yusuff in that one. So realistically, his run in the UFC, I mean, 5-3, mixed results, but we've seen it where the slam knockout of Bandonai, a big win over Sam Cecilio where he choked him out. A lot of really big wins, 18 of 22 by finish. That also includes the Ultimate Fighter, so he's one of those guys that can get it done a lot of different ways, by knockout or by submission. Taking on Omar Morales, this is an older guy that made his UFC debut against Dun Hyun Ma not that long ago, coming in off Contender Series. He's in the single digits of pro fights, but he looks like a very, very polished striker. 34 years old and like a career lightweight type of guy. Big size advantage for Morales.
Here's the problem, though. 34 years old and only having single-digit fights. Not to say... I'm going to give it away a little bit early. He's probably going to win this fight, mainly due to his size advantage, though. Again, like you said, it's a big lightweight fighting a career featherweight. Now, if Gabriel Benitez is fighting a lot of unranked featherweights, it's going to be, a super exciting fight, and there's a good chance he can come out as the winner, but it is such a hard task to ask him to move up on short notice against a big guy in Omar Morales. So I think it will be an entertaining fight. I think he's going to give Omar quite a few different looks, so we'll kind of have an idea as to, the future trajectory of Omar, but I think it's going to be a hard fight for Benitez.
I mean, Gabriel Benitez, like I said, he's good in the exchanges. He's good in the clinch. We saw it in the fight against Sadiq Yusuff. And if you just want to go off his last one, where he got pushed back quite a bit. Yeah. But finally, he got cut to the eye. He's kind of messing around with his other eye. And eventually, the counter striking, he was able to land a little bit. Yeah. And Omar Morales is a really pressure type of fighter. Really good low kick. We've seen it in the past. If you want to go back and watch his fight with Harvey Park, you can go back even further into his Bellator day where he had the one fight. But a great kick there. He's very kick heavy. He can do a lot of different things. And he's one of those guys that if he gets to the ground, you don't really have to worry too much about him. So I'm looking forward to this fight. Gabriel Benitez coming in as an underdog, plus 135. Omar Morales at a minus 165. And in terms of those odds, there's not a lot of odds out yet on this because the fight was added late notice. That's why we're wearing different sweaters and getting ready for it. But it should be a really good fight. I'm really looking forward to it. On Tapology, out of 173 votes, 75% picking Omar Morales to win, 47% by knockout. I think he'll be able to get it done. I'm predicting a decision out of this one. I wouldn't be surprised, you get caught with something. Like you saw it with Benitez in his last fight, and he's been prone to getting finished. But for sure, looking for a Morales win here.
Oh, yeah, I think Morales will go ahead and get the win. But it will be really interesting to see, though, because Benitez is a pretty good measuring stick regardless of weight class. So it just kind of depends on how Morales wins. But I agree with your analysis.
And the lightweight division always stacked. And you want to talk stacked. We've got 3 cards in 8 days, maybe 7 days, with Fight Night picks. So you're going to want to keep tuned in with us. You can check out the rest of the fights on this card. Teixeira and Smith, 5 minutes for that main event. 2 minutes for the main card and the prelims. And as we always like to say, Matt, Fight Night picks.
Let's
get into it.